Hello you guys, my name is Sean and today I will be doing my how-to article on how to iron a shirt. Now, first step is to take the hanger off. And while doing that, you can make sure you have all your materials, which are your ironing board, the button down shirt you wish to iron, your iron, and the water. Now, first we have to make sure the iron is hot, so plug your iron in or make sure it's hot. Now, I'm not sure if your iron has a cotton setting on it, but mine does. So you can put yours on a cotton setting like mine if you do. Now, mine is currently low on water. So we will put the water in here. There's a little hole on every iron. In the iron, because we need steam, just to make sure the shirt is hot and pressed right. Make sure there's no wrinkles left. Now, every iron, there is a water line to make sure that you're not overfilling it with water. I've done that multiple times and you do not get good results out of that. So make sure it's filled up to the right amount of water. Now, before we start ironing, I do have steam on. Now, the first step of ironing your shirt is to obviously make sure it's clean. I let my shirts, after I wash them, I hang dry them just to make sure it's dry. Now, first step, get your sleeves, make sure you line it up on the crease. Then I flip my sleeve shirt over to the back. Now, make sure there are no wrinkles so I can iron properly. Now, I get my iron, and I put my iron down, and I just start ironing the back of my sleeve. Make sure there's no wrinkles. Press hard, don't press lightly, or else you still get heat there, but it'll be better if you press hard. There we go. Now, that's the front, and that's the back sleeve. Now, flip it over to the front and do the front. Same exact thing you did on the back. Now, that's your first sleeve. Now we will go to the next sleeve on the back. You're going to do the exact same thing you did on the other sleeve. Now, if you do feel your iron is running out of water at any time, just feel free to stop and get some more water and put it in. Now, as we move on to the body of the shirt, now that all the sleeves are done, you're pretty much done with the sleeves. The sleeves, you're not using this for any more ironing. Now we move on to the main body part. So I button my shirt up. I'll leave maybe one or two buttons undone. And I open up my shirt and I put it on the ironing board. Now, once you've done this, I just take my iron and I like to move in the same direction. Just ironing going from bottom to top. And I do it this way because it's easier to move around once you finish ironing a section. And now this is iron. I make sure one seam is always on the end of my ironing board, so when I come back around, I know I ironed this side. Now we just move it down a little bit, and now we can do this part. Alright, now you'll see this seam. You can do pretty much the whole back side. If you feel you missed any part, just go back and iron that over again. But there is this piece right here. I never seem to notice any wrinkles on mine, but if you do seem to notice any wrinkles on yours, pull it down to make sure there are no more wrinkles. And just get your iron, there's more like a point on the end of every iron, and just go down and make sure there's no wrinkles. And if you are using steam, you need to lift your iron up every once in a while to make sure no steam is trapped underneath. And keep on ironing. Now we can move on to the front. So I usually go like one side of the shirt, then the other side of the shirt's over here. So we'll do the exact same thing we did on the back side of the shirt. Just iron. Now this little pocket right here doesn't matter, you can just go over it. Just another piece of cotton fabric. Doesn't really matter. It's the same as everything else. Now you see I did create another crease here, but you do not want to do that, so make sure your shirt is always flattened out. You can always just go back over it and get rid of it, just like what I did there. Now we'll do the exact same thing on this side. Now that both these sides are done, we can move on to ironing the buttons. Now the buttons can be a little tricky, but now if you follow these steps, you should be just fine. So first I like to start going on top of these buttons, just going straight through. And be careful not to burn yourself with the iron pointed back at you. If you don't feel safe doing that, you can go this way and do it that way. And don't forget to get the back right over here. And there's still pieces up over here you can get. Okay. Now we'll move on to the collar. But before we do the collar, there is this little back shoulder area that you probably won't get when you're doing the back. So what I like to do when I'm here, I unbutton maybe 1 or 2 buttons, maybe 3 if you have to. But then I just iron that little shoulder piece. So you can see I have the shoulder piece right here. Make sure it's straight so you don't have any more wrinkles. You're not creating any more wrinkles or creases in it. I'm just going to iron that piece out. You just turn it, do the middle, and do the same thing you did on that side, on this side of this sucker. Now we do have the collar right here. So I just iron the back side of the collar because that's all really people are going to see. But if you feel free to do the front side, it's the exact same steps I'm doing on the back side of the collar. And now, once you have done that, you have ironed your shirt. Everything should be ironed if you follow the steps. And now, you should have your iron shirt. You can button it back up, put it on the hanger. And now, the most important thing to do is to unplug the iron. You don't want to burn down your house or anything by leaving it on. So I just like to unplug mine, put a wrench you clean up, and then put your shirt on the hanger, and you're done. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed the how-to video, and bye.